Hi, everyone, and welcome back. If you notice right away, the game looks a little bit different. I installed a bunch of visual mods that I mean, we're not going to be going out into space too much, but it makes the planets look a lot better. Um, and yeah, you can see here it's like more saturated and the shadows are better. And I'm working on getting another couple visual enhancements installed that improve the clouds and add some detail scatter throughout the world that actually has physics collision, because that's like one of the things I hate the most about exploring around the worlds. And you can just like drive through trees and drive through rocks, as you guys probably know from my complaints already. But yeah, so I installed a few things here: a visual enhancements mod, um, Copernicus, which is supposed to do some scatter stuff on the surface. I'm not sure why that hasn't loaded, so that's one of the things I have to look into. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. These panels let you sort of adjust like different visual settings for the few mods that I have installed here. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So yeah, from last video, if you guys remember, I was like going out to each individual little sub biome throughout the different sections of the KSC. There's still like a few sections left here in the R&D center where you can use. Oh man, I was having so much trouble with these wheels. Still, I'm gonna redesign this entire vehicle. It's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this video, maybe next video. Um, yeah, I was having trouble with this. The wheels were messed up, but like just finding the right exact spot on this building was a little bit difficult. I had to drive right up onto the doorstep there to get the science that I needed. Um, this is the wind tunnel building. This one was a little bit easier to get in there and get the science. You just kind of have to tuck yourself up next to this big yellow door and that yellow truck. Um, moving somewhere next here in the R&D section, these tanks, yeah. So this was really frustrating. I got stuck right here and I was convinced I could just easily get myself out. And then I realized I can just adjust the um, angles of the wheels, or the enable or disable the steering of the wheels, and give myself a little more ability to move around, but then kind of creates this weird effect when all the wheels of the vehicle can turn, because there's not enough friction to actually let the turn do anything. I was just trying to get the science on those tanks. It was like really frustrating to get up on the ledge there where the tanks are. Then there's this observatory sort of looking space that was kind of challenging to find a spot. I eventually tucked myself right up in the corner here at the front door, and that worked, but I wasn't able to get science from EVA or surface samples. I went around the corner and like smashed into the front of this smaller building, and I was able to get the EVA science that I was missing there. I was blazing through R&D, and I realized I should probably drive slower because I was like getting really close to crashing most of the time. That was like a central building that I just had to drive right up under this awning, and there was more science there. This is the main building. I tried scooting up next to the front door to the main building, and I wasn't getting any science, so just went around the corner here and like went into this stairwell. And with the front of the vehicle in here, I was able to get science, but I wasn't getting any EVA science, so I had to back in and kind of just smash it in there, and then I was able to get that EVA science. And then I think there's two more sections here that I have to get. There's this smaller lab, which doesn't have many spots for this big vehicle to drive into. I was trying to crash into that little small spot there. These little stairs weren't really working, but I eventually just tucked it right into this corner, and that worked really well. The camera was doing something weird. Every time I switched from EVA, it was popping out really far away. The last one here is actually, this is the central building. Or no, this is one other building. The central building was the stairwell one before, but this one was a little tricky trying to get up into the corner and get everything. But there's the map. I mean, I've pretty much checked off everything you can get science from in the main area here. At this point, I'm like, it's time to buy something. So I was looking at the next section, scanning tech, that has this atmospheric scanner, which this is only 300, and that's going to get us one step closer to getting more science, which we need just 50 more science to unlock this section that has a couple more science modules and a drilling arm that I think will unlock even more science potential just here at the KSC. And that'll be like, I don't even know, we'll be one step away from unlocking basically this whole science tree here on the tech tree, which is way more progress than I ever thought I would make without ever building a rocket. So yeah, in total right now, I've earned 1,527.2 science. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications on when the next episode comes out. Next time I'll be probably redesigning the vehicle so that it's a little bit easier to drive around and get those atmospheric science samples, and then try to unlock this next batch of science gear and see, how far can this shenanigan go. So see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.